Welcome everybody to another episode of the Providence Lucha Talk. I'm your boy Jay Aguila,
This Lucito,
and we're here to talk about everything about wrestling. Congratulations to Mr. Orange Cassidy. Finally, the man is the AEW Atlantic champion, and I feel that this is something that was way past overdue. Personally,
he was due a title. At least he got this one. I know they were
way past overdue.
Yeah. But I like how they build the story because I know Pac has been doing double duty, and I don't think that would have been sustainable for him to do.
No, I don't think you want Pac. I mean, Pac got the
trios.
No, he is the inaugural Atlantic champion, and he's also the first
double champion.
Champion. So, Pac is already.
AEW, I think. Because I think
in WWE he did the cruiserweight. No. Moxley did just
not Moxley. Sorry, Moxley. Omega had he had different champions, but not of AEW.
No. Yeah. He had like the Impact, the Ring of Honor type of stuff, AAA, and also AEW. But this is something that me and the Oracle, shout out to the Oracle, we were talking today, and we were really happy that, they finally pulled this trigger. And by pulling this trigger, it's saying that, something that should have happened back in 2020 and 2021, and even during All Out when trying to be one of the finalists for the trio championship, Orange Cassidy was always your ace. You know what I'm saying? He's not the most popular ace, but he's an ace, and he finally got what he deserved. And honestly, it was a wonderful moment. Yeah. I'm really happy for him.
Like that now he's champion. Let's see what he does now with a title. I like that it's a weird comparison, but he's kind of like the flip version of what Hook is for the FTW. Like they're kind of like if they end up doing two brands, you could have them. That could be not your mid card, but that could be your mid card title.
I feel like the FTW belt is more. It's respected, but it's not. I don't think they're gonna recognize it as a true championship. You know what I'm saying? Like people could fight for the belt. Yeah. Only 3 people? Taz, Brian Cage, Tony Stark, and now Hook. So 4 people in total have hold on to this belt
in AEW.
I think in FTW history.
I think so. We probably have to.
Taz probably.
Yeah, I think he created one because he didn't.
He created it and never lost it. So it's like those are the only 4 who ever touched this gold. And if I'm wrong, please comment down below in the comments. But I'm really happy that with Hook being champion, Orange Cassidy being champion, the whole thing is how you continue to build them up, build the momentum. I think if Cassidy play his card right and if he works well with the people, because he's gonna have to have some easy matches. You know what I'm saying?
And even I feel like he could work with anybody through wrestling and or story.
Yeah, because the jobbers that are going to come in are just going to help them get that ranking up. But I feel like he just got delivered with these people to show them if I could do this with this championship, imagine what I could do with the TNT and maybe in the near future the AEW. Yeah. I think he's a heavyweight champion for the company, but you gotta test him through the water.
I feel that he'd be good down the road because I feel like good matches for him would be bunch of jobbers or whomever it's in either dark or elevation, and he'll make the comedy and also will make the match interesting. But a good one will be against him will be Ethan Page will be good. Scorpio Sky will be good. Basically, not former champions, but they'd be
Isaiah from Private Party, Marquise as well.
Even this guy, the one with the box, the last, I forgot his name.
Bombardo?
No. He faced Pac, and his gimmick was he had a cardboard box.
Oh, you're talking about Sabian.
Kip Sabian.
Kip Sabian.
That's gonna be a good one. Even Miro wouldn't be too bad because even he could go international and face other people, but he could bring his style and brand across.
I like the international Miro. He's a little bit too scary for my liking right now. You know, like Miro is a little bit OP for my guy, which honestly, I don't want to risk that. Personally, I wouldn't risk that, but I definitely do want to challenge. I definitely want to challenge AEW to continue with this storyline. Continue working with like people like Jade. You know, now you got Nyla Rose in the mix.
It's just
it finally they're finally pulling the trigger because this is something that should have happened a long time ago.
True.
That's how I personally feel. I feel like this should have happened a long time ago, and now Nyla Rose is doing promos, matches with the belt for Rampage and stuff, and it's good. This is something that we like. Does Jade finally earns the big 4-0 with Nyla, or does she get the big L with Nyla? Like either or, it could really build her character, good or bad. But I think mostly good, because the Oracle explained to me that if you watch the Jade matches, all 39 matches, all wins, you see that there's a nice progression. He sees a progression in her. I don't.
And skill,
I see how, like,
she has improved from match 1 to now. There's a progress. It's not exponential. But she's from her match 1. But he said, even when he got the title, let's say I think it was match, let's say 20 in her 20s that she got her title.
Right.
From let's say the 20th to now, the past 20 matches.
Yep.
There's been progression.
Yep.
It hasn't been crazy. Like, oh my god, like she's gonna outwork anybody. But
no. Heavens, no.
I feel like with her, by her look, and even when we saw her in All Out, like she just saw about She-Hulk, and we're like, she didn't even have to step into the ring. We're like, she won. Like just the way that she, like most of us was like, she won just by the way she, like,
the way how she worked with Athena, for example, it showed that there has been improvement.
Yeah. But also the partner who you're working with helps you out. Like,
well, Athena is one of the best in the business.
So like they might, like, they know what your weaknesses are, so they're trying to like hide it too. So it.
And well, another thing that the Oracle told me is that it seems that match was supposed to be a little bit longer. Because the way how it seems rushed, because I guess they cut certain of their time of the match, which I think it was a big mistake in the sense that your girl Jade is not that proficient, you know what I'm saying, in improv, and be able to, like, all right, if we're gonna shorten it, all right, I'm gonna do my 2 big moves on you. I'm gonna mess with your lackey, and when I come back, I need you to like hit hard. And I don't think Jade was able to like adapt into that sense. So to me, it's just like Jade is improving, but her match or her future match with Nyla Rose, I believe it will definitely make her or break her for sure.
Because I feel that's the only person that's been able to. Will be able to keep up with her in strength. I mean, everybody's been smaller, more technical, and quicker. I mean,
but like, Stratton, Chris
Skylander.
Skylander. Yeah, she's a good option. She's just injured probe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If she was not injured probe, I believe she would have been the TBS champion a long time ago. Yeah.
Because I feel like if they're trying to work with people that are either free agents or working across, I wouldn't mind seeing the match between. Do something similar to what they're doing with Garcia, like super technical. Bring Deanna Purrazzo against her or with her, and she could work with her on her technical stuff. So at least you get to see more in-ring stuff rather than like do your 3 moves and let's get out. At least with Deanna Purrazzo will like slow down the match. She's kind of like a Daniel Bryan for the women's division and Impact, like super technical.
That's a really good way of seeing it. I just don't know if Jade is ready for that type of skills. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the only one that I could think, like either Impact or any non-WWE women's division. I could either think Deanna Purrazzo on the NWA title. She's good, but they both have
Mickie James.
No. For NWA, it's her nickname is Brickhouse. She's blonde, tall. I think Camille Brickhouse. Camille.
Currently, our tech support or our resource department is on vacation, so we got to do this ourselves.
Yep, Breakhouse. Let's see. So NWA Women's Champion. She's basically like the NWA version of Camille something.
Mildred Burke. No, that was the first.
Camille. That's her name is Camille.
Camille?
Yep.
Oh, just Camille. All right.
Yeah.
So, I think Jordy Grace would be a nice touch.
You've seen her probably.
No, I just saw her. Yeah. Jordy Grace. She's Impact.
Strong, yeah.
She's strong.
Yeah.
I think that would be a nice fit for Nyla as well as for Jade. So it just all depends on how they, how this work out.
Yeah.
But again, the whole focus is, can Jade adapt? Can she work with one of the strongest, one of the most technical, beasts that the women division can be able to offer? And if so, and let's say she loses, right? Do you think it's ready to push her for the AEW Women's Championship belt?
It's too crowded at the moment. So she could fight for it back again for the CBS in the meantime until the dust settles for the AEW. Because right now you have Britt Baker, you have Sheeta, you have, we don't know, Thunder Rosa, she retired or she stepped away. So the title's still in the interim phase.
Toni Storm.
You have Athena possibly there. You have too many people in the mix, which is not a bad thing. So she could be put there, but I don't know how she will fit in matches because everybody in that division is way better than her. Like what she lacks in skill, everybody has. What everybody else lacks, sort of, and just persona and magnitude of presence, she has. So it'd be a good balance of like maybe they could help her elevate her skill, and she could kind of like the marketing and everything. I know Britt Baker's she's really good at marketing, so I feel that division is too stacked. So either if she potentially loses, she could go back and compete for it and maybe win it back, or lose it then wait until the team like that opens up. But it's too many people on the top at the moment. Okay. There's really no other option unless I don't think they're gonna do a tag team division. If they do, but I know that's sort of in the works. But
a tag team division wouldn't hurt them. It will actually give them more marketing, especially for Elevation and Dark. Yeah,
because they could keep instead of just Jade and like this person, do like free bro rules and just beat the baddies, and the three could switch out whoever they want to wrestle. Kind of like the New Day situation.
Yeah, the New Day, the Freebirds. Yeah, I see your point. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Jay go for the AEW slowly but surely, just being pushed towards that card.
Yeah, I feel you have too much money invested in your main eventers that I feel like Jay, she's in-house stuff and she's worth the money. But I feel like you need your return investment on the people like Saraya, you have Toni Storm, like you have too many main eventers, so you have to like get all your money's worth now. Then you could start like people going their separate ways to back like go down the ranks. I guess
again, it's all about management. I agree with that. Another management or another add-on to AEW is the Renee Paquette.
Yeah. They have the whole thing of backstage, which is kind of funny.
The whole backstage, is now in AEW. You think this is going to help them, or they still stay the same?
I forgot her name, but she used the commentator, Spanish commentator. I think
Daisha.
She was great. I don't know what happened to her. She
does the Spanish.
But like she was good when it first started. It was her, the guy that's with Pac and Penta. So I like that they could do the English regular comment backstage and also do like YouTube or whatever and like diversify. So you basically have two people in one rather than. She's good. Renee's excellent. But I feel like I don't know. I like especially for backstage presenters and stuff. I like who they had instead of like I know they're just trying to like get people.
They are, but yeah, it's been a while since I saw Daisha more involved. Maybe she's finally gonna take a break or a vacation. She well deserved too. Renee is, like you said, she's excellent. I have no type of critique about her or how she performed in her role.
Because yesterday was the first night, and they even, I think, what was it? Nyla Rose commented like, no, was it Nyla Rose? Somebody their promo is like, I know this is your first day here, but this is how things go. And I like that they kind of highlighted that, yes, this was the first day, and she may not know the rules or who's like, she knows. She watches the show. But like, I like that they made that like a topic, so she could kind of like banter back and forth, or like not hold it against them, but like it's good like comedy or whatever. But I feel like both WWE and AEW just absorbing people, whoever's a free agent, which is great.
I mean, I think Renee is a long time coming as well.
Yeah, and you had Moxley, so it's like, it's also they're gonna be together at work again. Good for them. You know, like it's.
Yeah, I guess I think it's either because the child is old enough to travel with them, or is it just that, you know, she did what she wanted to do. She already got the podcast. She also got her interview stuff with Misha Tate. She did, if you go to her recent episode, she does talk about her experience and how excited and how hard it was to keep it a secret that she was, you know, already had in mind that I'm going to be part of AEW. It's just,
and I think now that like she was doing her podcast and she had connections with everybody, but I feel like now that she's affiliated with AEW, it's good for AEW because they could like incorporate some of their talent into the podcast and also like some networking for other.
But like you said, because now she's like officially with AEW, I feel like some of her connection with WWE, which made her show unique, because she was like
neutral, basically.
She was Switzerland. You know what I'm saying? She was mutual, no affiliation to no one, just like, hey, I just want to get your side of the story. So I think, you know, that may hurt her in the near future.
I feel like, I know it's not the same like prestige and stuff, but Stone Cold has done it. He's gotten interviewed Jericho, part of AEW. You know what I'm saying? So he's interviewed people outside of I know he's neutral, but like he's interviewed people from both.
But that's the thing. He's neutral. It's not like if you work for AEW,
but he also got a Legends contract, so it's like he's getting paid by WWE, but he
got his money, but he also know that he got a business on the side. So Stone Cold is different. I feel like Renee. I'm just hoping it doesn't hurt her too much. Maybe get more with. But she already did Impact. She did people from Ring of Honor. She'd have done people from WWE, AEW. I don't know, like AAA. I don't know how good her Spanish is, but maybe that, or work on her Japanese and work with New Japan. Like
that's also, if she's in AEW, she could also incorporate like Dasha into her thing. And if you do the AAA, you know what I'm saying, like. Not have them mutually interview people, but like she could also be part of,
like be the
like
translator
a co-host or something, or whatever.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because that opens more doors for her.
Because they have worked together in the past too. So I wonder if they have bad blood.
Yeah. But for me, I don't mind Renee, but I like Dasha, and she like I was so used. It's like watching when the commentary used to be like the King Lawler and the guy that's JR. Then when they took him out, they're kind of like
Michael
like
Cole.
Like a staple of that section. So it's like I was so used to when I first started the Dasha and the other guy that it's like I don't know. I don't mind change, but it's just, you know, I know why they did it, because she was a free agent, and also Moxley, and she brings.
I don't know if it's much about free agent. I think she's one of the most popular. Persona, wrestling persona, or sports persona that we have right now. So adding her, it's a really positive thing. But at the same time, the ratings of Dynamite, according to Everything Pro Wrestling, it went down by nearly 300,000 in viewership. So last week there were about 1.04 views for the show. This year was this week, or this past episode was about 983,000.
Do you think, I just saw, I wrote it down, but I know Moxley's on a 5-year contract. Do you think she could be one of the, not one of the reasons why he signed extra, but like, you know what I'm saying, him having an extension, not in stipulation, but like, if I'm signing, I want Renee here, or like it also helped that she was added to the mix.
So talking about his contract, to my understanding, it's very exclusive. So now he's really more focused on AEW matches than other
GCW,
freelance.
Yeah.
So for those who was watching GCW, he got pinned by Nick Gage. Yeah. So it seems like he might be putting over Nick Gage again as the heavyweight champion of GCW.
Which he should be the.
And then just focus on AEW. So Moxley, I think he just makes sure he was just in a secure position. Yeah. Is Renee a big part of it? Maybe. Who knows? I think he just he seems more comfortable. He's in his element. He's getting more TV time. Yeah. And most importantly is the respect. It's not like all the gimmicks or in the promos he's doing, it's not like he has a writer for it. He has more of that freedom to express himself, and people kind of understand exactly where he's coming from. It's not like in WWE when he came back from his bicep injury that he became like this bootleg version of Bane and wearing the mask and all and do the heel work. He could be heel, but it has to be in his way. It can't be in the way that you trying to force it for people to swallow it as a pill. It has to be more organic, which that's what he is. He's very organic. He adapt and he represent the business pretty well. So it's well deserved. And also Tony Khan doesn't have other options because
you gotta start paying people now.
You don't have Kenny. You don't have the Bucks.
Yep. You don't have Punk, even though but you don't have
But Punk works as one of those office staples.
Yeah.
So it's like right now it's an HR type of situation for CM Punk. Yeah. But going back to top names, right now he has Moxley, Hangman Page, Y2J,
Daniel Bryan,
Cesaro. Bryan Danielson,
Castiglione,
Cesaro. He also has Matt Hardy. I know he's not a big name, but
Kirshen's injured.
So
top guys that they have.
The Top Guns, they still got FTR.
I like that they brought Warlord back. I like that this guy came back.
Sean Spear.
It was good, and I like that he brought his gimmick. Like
the perfect 10.
Now he's a tweener. Like he's not like the chairman. He still is, but like I like that he came back as the perfect 10 or 10, and it was just like this is you. Like chairman was good, but it's just like this is everybody loves this gimmick, your gimmick. Like
it had to be a certain copyright type of thing. They had to dispute
they
in
did it in Canada, so those like it was a homecoming. I think he came back. I don't know if Peyton Royce. I know she was pregnant. I don't know if she gave birth there, but I know I know he was out for a while because of that.
She has a long way to go.
But like I like that it was a good homecoming, especially for him. That's another potential main eventer.
Potential, but I think because if we're talking about they're not iconics, they're inspirational. What was the gimmick?
The inspirations, yeah.
The inspirational or something. Inspiration. Yeah. Jessie McKay is currently working on the Hollywood Dream. Okay. Like she's doing some soap opera or some low rate TV show. So I guess they're trying to be more in the film. So seeing her in WWE wrestling attire is a possibility if she feel like that's more flexible. But I think they're going the Hollywood route alongside with Liv Morgan, with CJ Perry, Sasha Banks, Naomi. Like all these beautiful women are no longer like wrestling already did its job for them. Now they're just focusing on like what's the next career.
I think the most successful out of those people that you mentioned, I think is, well, it's also by chance and luck. It's been Sasha Banks. She did Star Wars and she sat. Like that's like the best franchise out of everybody that's done.
Wherever she goes, people will recognize her, especially if they bring. I don't watch Star Wars, but if her character didn't. Was written off or died, then there's more opportunity for her to show up and maybe being part of the big TV screen. Yeah. You don't know how Disney Plus work, but they're always
connected to each other.
They're always connected. So so I think the the Inspirational, the Iconics, I don't think we're going to see a return from them unless
if we do, will be
a movie.
She's the best performer out of the two. Maybe them two maybe do one off, but like
maybe
Peyton Royce is more in ring, like a better performer. And she was good by herself. Then like it's still good together, but like when she went up by herself, she was still good by herself. The Billy was okay.
Jessica McKay.
Yeah, she was just not there yet in the ring.
Okay,
she needed more cooking and like in the ring.
I think she just had to be herself.
Yeah,
wrestling she can do. I just
she was great. She's basically the Enzo Amore of the group. Basically, like she was like
that. That is not a lie.
Like she was the spark of the, like the voice of the like.
That's a really good way of putting it. Very, very nice. Very nice. So yeah, Sean Spear doing the Perfect 10. It was great. Also because it was in Ontario, they also had Christian Cage do his thing. They had Renee.
Jericho.
They had Jericho.
Lionheart Jericho.
Losing the belt. Winning the belt. Obtaining the belt versus Bryan Danielson.
And you had a turn, sort of. Not a turn, but like...
You think so?
Not a turn, but like he was almost joining the good side, then he just flipped it and kind of...
Garcia?
Like, yeah. Because I feel like if... They could have booked it either way. So he could have become one of the good guys. Because he was like he was kind of like defecting from JAS. So like... Eventually, for me, I was like, "Oh, please!" It would have been better, I think, if it would have defected. Then you would have him and story with Jericho, but you still have a chance to do that in the mix. But like him coming back home, and you build a story of him and Daniel Bryan, potentially him lose the title, and then he goes for the main title afterwards.
I was hoping Bryan Danielson was going to win this the belt. Because honestly, it's the word honor, you know what I'm saying, for Ring of Honor. Jericho's but it's the complete opposite of that, which is...
It was needed. Because everybody who had it was not too good, but it was like, you need...
Do you think Moose was real good?
For the Ring of... He didn't have the Ring of Honor title. So it was Roosh, then it was Gresham, then Castiglione. So Gresham was like good.
Jay Lethal, I think, was involved.
Yeah, but that's when he was in the foundation, so he was good. So everybody was like honorable and good. So I feel like going completely overcorrecting.
Kenny was not good.
Overcorrecting for the opposite, like the other end, it would adjust back to. So
Kenny was the heel when he beat the belt against, was it Swanson?
I don't think he had the Ring of Honor. He had the Impact one. There was 2 Impact ones.
NWA, Impact, AAA,
yep,
AEW.
He didn't have the Ring of Honor.
He didn't win.
That was when they went out of business or like out in a hiatus.
Wow.
So I think before COVID crazy, stuff, it was Rouge was the last, like second to last one. It was Bandito, Rouge, Bandito, Gresham, Castiglione, and now
Jericho.
Yeah, so they like I feel like it overcorrected like the opposite spectrum. Then I could see the next person overcorrecting either to the middle or really good. So it's like I like that it's like complete spectrum. So it's like now you get to see like a super heel like Jericho bringing like this honor, and somebody like Daniel Bryan or Garcia wanted to bring back honor and like overcorrect the other one.
Well, Garcia is no longer that guy. It was just weird. That match to me was weird. The Perry match against Luchasaurus match was okay. Yeah. We're not doing the full play-by-play, but that
was okay. It was just like okay, like I've seen this before, and I'm like, what else? I want to see Jungle Boy do something. Like everybody was like,
he's not going by Jungle Boy. He slowly transitioned. Yeah, but
everybody
Perry.
wanted him. Everybody, I feel like the feeling in the crowd was everyone wanted him to win that match, and I feel like him losing it. Either is gonna have a reset and like he's gonna not maybe drop the Jungle Boy and go back to his like real name and like do a new gimmick or something. But I just that feud between them two, it's like overdone. Like they need to like step away from each other.
In 6 months, once we get the clearance for Christian Cage, you know that definitely be the one match Jungle Boy will get and hopefully defeat. You know. So we'll see how that works out. All right, let's jump into WWE. First and foremost, congratulations, Seth Rollins, of becoming the United States champion last Monday.
Didn't see that coming.
It was a long time.
Yeah, for me, it was I didn't expect the stuff that happened beforehand affect this. Like, he wouldn't have won it if Brock didn't show up.
Of course.
But I like that now Bobby could do his own thing. I feel Bobby held the title kind of. He was the most stable out of everybody.
Gunther.
Yeah, but like I feel like he was active and like it just
Gunther was active too
with the same people over and over again. At least he was kind of like the open champion.
Because they don't have other people.
Yeah, true. But it was Bobby Lashley held it. Even he had it for a while before. So at least he was like kind of like the stable.
I think he almost hit the 6 month mark with it.
So he kind of was the stable championship that you could count on him. So now I like that Rollins. Let's see what he does, which is gonna be great. But it's good because he could go against anybody.
Well, I'm really excited. I don't think Seth Rollins is going to be like a working horse. So we're not going to see a lot of championship defense unless if it's a pay-per-view.
Because I could see him like against Gargano, like we mentioned last week, sort of. Him against Gargano would be great. Basically anybody who's NXT bound that came from NXT was great. So like Riddle, Ciampa, Gargano, Kevin Owens,
Dex Lumis if he beat The Miz next
you could
Monday
have
Night Raw.
Finn against him, or what I'm saying. So it's like I feel like with him opens up more opportunity for more people. Bobby Lashley, it's a difficult part to defeat. It's not believable. It's for somebody to beat him. It's kind of more difficult.
I don't think it's difficult. It's just like it's just how the story is written. Right. If Bobby is still meant to be in this hot streak with being the champion, then you just provide jobbers, but also good at because he had Ali, he had Gable,
Gable would have been a good one to dethrone him. That would have been.
Yeah, but they're just too scared to pull the trigger on this man for some reason. They just rather him to do more of the gimmick stuff than actually represent as a champion. U.S. champion mostly because he's an Olympian.
That's like just a straight like.
Yeah, it's a slap in the face.
He'd be annoying too, but he'd be good annoying.
I give you that. It is a slap in the face. Yeah. So Bobby and Brock though, it's
overdue. Do you want to see that? They're two old men from last week,
bro. You already know how I felt about this. But I'm not too excited about this personally. I'm not.
It's overdue, but I want to see.
They're past their prime. Well, are they past their prime? They're both in hell of a.
They're in an advanced wrestling age, but they're not past their prime.
They're actually maybe these are the only exception.
I feel like they are more. At this point, they're both the most well-rounded they've been.
Bobby's still in shape. Brock is still active. It's not like, they're Goldberg, they're Undertaker, they're Ric Flair.
Bobby Lashley could do the Dominator. He doesn't use that often. So he got the Dominator. He has the spear. Basically the spear. He has the full Nelson. So like I feel like he has just those are like finishers.
And he also have a MMA background.
So it's like he knows how to counter and like so it's I want to see it. Like I will drop the Cormier thing and I was reading somewhere that Cormier messed up on the finish. He didn't know. I was like, all right. But
one who also messed up in the finish in AEW, freaking RB. Like I love her as a referee, but that delay. It was like, so for those who don't know what I'm referring to, during the final sequence of the women's tag team match, Storm, Ashita, I think her name is Janet, and Britt Baker. It was Ashita and Britt Baker.
When they're doing the roll up.
The roll up. Yeah, like, one do the roll up, one do the schoolboy. And then they were going back and forth until Ashita was in that final position, and Aubrey was like 1, 2, like just it's 3, like 1, 2, 3, like bro. So yeah, ref be messing up. DC, I give him a pass because he's not. Yeah, he's not of the business. But Aubrey though, girl, come on, like everybody got to be accountable. I'm not gonna let that pass. Like you could. Made it more believable, But yes, so DC messed up on his pit fight.
Which is whatever. But Extreme Rules, okay.
Oh
And
yeah,
it was
our prediction. We were way off too. I didn't start the show talking about how off our prediction was. We were 2 in.
The one that, for example, the one I got wrong was the Ronda Rousey one. So Liv lost.
Sheamus didn't won.
Sheamus.
We picked Imperium over Sheamus.
Yeah, so that's 2. Okay, out of I guess 6.
We didn't pick Matt Riddle 3.
So we won 50%.
No,
because I quit match. I picked Finn Balor. Make him Edge say I quit. Edge said I quit.
Did we said no Finn? We agree.
Yeah,
we agreed on all of these picks.
Yeah, so we had Rousey winning. We got that one wrong. Imperium losing. We got that one wrong. I said Cameron Cross winning. I think I don't know if you said McIntyre or Cameron Cross. We look back on the tape or look at the last week's episode.
Cross, I knew
Bianca. I wanted Bailey. Bianca won.
No, we wanted Bianca. Yeah. That's another one. No, we wanted Bailey.
Yeah, we wanted Bailey. So that's
but Bianca won. So that's 4.
So basically 2 out of 6. Damn, that's bad.
Like I was looking at it and I'm like, yo, I'm so glad people didn't come at us about like our prediction. Just like
it was. I see what they were doing, but it was just like it's time to pull the trigger on certain things. So like the Bianca, like Bailey.
It was not Ronda. Ronda shouldn't got in the championship. It was Belair. It was Bailey. Bailey should have gotten the push. Yeah. That I agree with that.
And it's just like, okay, what are you going to do with Ronda now? Tomorrow,
Charlotte.
It's just. I don't know.
Either Charlotte or someone from
the Scarlet Witch. The what's her name? Not Scarlet Witch.
Her name is Scarlet.
No. From the Wyatt family. We have my son.
Alexa Bliss. I mean, Nikki Cross.
Oh, we couldn't.
Almost superhero Nikki Cross. That's what we're talking about.
She could return back to her old gimmick.
Her old gimmick was with the it was Wolf. Mm-hmm. It was
Eric Young.
Yep.
But I think it's
insanity.
Mm-hmm. Sanity.
Sanity or insanity? Sanity. Yeah. Okay, so if we're talking about like these like weird groups or dark forces, do you think it's Alexa or is it Nikki joining the Bray Wyatt?
I would like to see Nikki. And the other 4 people are not the people that most people think, because I think it's gonna be
2 of them are supposedly from
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, yep.
So that used to be the former 2 out of the 3 of the former Trios Championship. So I think Bo Dallas is returning, so I think he might be involved. You have the leader of that old faction in Ring of Honor. He has the dreadlocks. I think he might be the Fiend with the dreadlocks.
Okay.
I'm still trying to push for Dexter Lumis to join that. He looks like the Buzzard. He could be the Buzzard,
but he has to beat the Miz
to get you're gonna have a contract match and not win the contract. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
freaking Drake Mavericks did a whole spew and
he still got a contract.
Yeah, and he didn't won the cruiserweight, but he got the contract because of his promo skills and stuff. But I
think he's gonna get a contract.
So you don't think the Way is coming back?
No.
By you seeing Dex Lumis joining the Wyatt family, we're seeing the Way
because
with Candice, Austin Theory, with Andy.
They're still fighting, so they're like
family fight.
Yeah. I would like to see him with Bray.
Blood is thicker than water.
You could still have
whatever that means.
You could still have the fight, not fight for him, but like him be split between like going with Wyatt and like have a, I don't know how to create a double, but him picking sides eventually, like the Way one to try to get him back to the Way, kind of like the dark side, the light. So it's you could do something like that. So have him go to the dark side and like pull him afterwards or something. Because in the I could see Indy and Candice LeRae as a tag team. Or even both could have their own title individually, but they'll be good as a tag team.
You think Indy is ready for the NXT?
She's not too of a veteran in NXT, but like she's way better than almost everybody in NXT.
Besides Starks and
it's like
Mandy Rose.
It's like you being a varsity player playing in JV. That's what she is.
You think she's better than Sonya Deville?
Yes.
Wow.
What has Sonya Deville accomplished? Nothing. What, tag team division? That's it? She hasn't won a title. Nothing. She hasn't done nothing.
No, but she's still a vet.
Yeah, well.
She's a vet. So you see him being the buzzer. Two of the Ring of Honor being either the pig or the rabbit.
So Vincent is the guy with the dreadlocks. So Vincent, I could see Bo Dallas being one of them. Maybe the bunny or somebody like that. So I will say Bo Dallas the bunny, Vincent the Fiend, because he got the dreadlocks, literally the same dreadlocks as the Fiend. Then Sister Abigail, I will like Nikki or Alexa, but most likely Nikki. So I could Dexter Lumis as the buzzard. And
I saw something on Twitter about.
I wouldn't mind seeing Joe Gacy be a
female
called up, but I'm still trying to push Joe Gacy. He's part of the NXT version of sort of Wyatt the Schism.
There's no rush.
Oh,
there's no rush. I'm trying to. I saw the post saying she's a blonde female wrestler. And basically,
getting called up, or like she's getting signed.
She was
Chelsea
like
Green. Chelsea Green's potential will get signed. The same thing with Mike Cardona.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's a topic, but I don't.
Blonde,
huh?
Blonde. I know Ray Wyatt's sister used to wrestle. Well, I don't know if they're gonna, they haven't hired.
I don't know why music is playing on my phone right now. Nope, I did not save it, but there was I forgot what she's like in NXT. She looked like a great candidate to be Sister Abigail, height wise and everything. She looked like she filled that spot, but I lost the.
But Nikki
context.
Cross wouldn't be too bad because she reached her limit with this gimmick that she had. So I feel like I've reset or joining her group again. That's when she was best part of. When she was part of Sanity, she was great. She could talk, but keep it a minimum.
I think there might be two females too for this Wyatt family now.
Good, so you could have them too, Alexa and Nikki, and they work together and they have story and
they're former champions and okay. What else has been happening?
So I think tomorrow. So we had the season premiere both, and now
season
Friday.
premiere. It's just the second episode.
Now Bray Wyatt's gonna show up.
It's his premiere match. Oh yeah,
he'll show up on SmackDown. Legado showed up, which was good.
But I was disappointed it was not.
Thoughts about that? What do you think? Like
Zelina, I'm speechless.
She's not Queen Selena, so I guess it's expired.
Which was weird. Okay. And then, so my thing is this, right? Zelina as a manager, she does that well. I just didn't. It didn't feel right that you replaced Lopez,
correct,
with Zelina easily just because Zelina has more mic skill. I feel like Lopez should have been also called over, but maybe just be like the
handler, her manager,
assistant, or the lead female to go for, let's say, the SmackDown championship, or Zelina and Lopez go for the tag team championship. Okay. Just cutting her out, I just didn't. It didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, it was messed up.
It didn't sit right with me.
Like I feel like you're part of a group and you don't fit in anymore.
And you did well in NXT. Like you played your role well. She did well. Yeah. I'm not saying she was like, oh my god, like.
But her gimmick, like the whole gimmick, it fits it properly.
Yeah,
the in ring, I wasn't sold on yet. She was good.
She was getting there. She was getting there. Yeah.
But I think they pulled the trigger on Selena because they wanted her on TV, and I feel like this was her best way to fit in, come back in for some she would have came by herself. She would have came by Queen Selena, and we saw how that worked out. It was okay, but it was just it doesn't have the same splash.
Xavier Wood also doesn't have the crown anymore either.
So I didn't like that they left Elektra Lopez behind, but she's a good talker for that group.
She is.
And just to add to it, and basically what she did with Andrade, she could do with the Legado, and I think they will be more successful because
but the thing is,
could talk both Spanish and English too.
But the thing is that I don't want Zelina to be like the main voice. I don't want her to be like the advocate. I know that Homeboy is able to speak for himself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But she could talk for the other too. and so he could like.
But I what I'm trying to say, I don't want to see a lot of TV. I don't want to see her on the mic all the time. I want her to just be there, similar to what Paul Heyman does. You know what I'm saying? When they're not there, she's the advocate. She's the voice of the people. Boom. She take care of business backstage. You know, you show me some backstage scene with Zelina Vega doing her job as the manager. I'm fine with it. But her being like in every single scene with them and stuff, like being like clipped on, it's like, dude, it's Andrade 2.0 with a group, which it doesn't.
Because Andrade was fine, but the issue with Andrade, he couldn't speak for himself.
But
that was the issue.
But that's the thing. If Zelina is still doing that same talkative and not like, all right, you guys got it, cool, I'm going to try to get the women's championship, you know, in her own way, you know, but just know, like, you have, like, I have a reinforcement, but I also don't need to hold your hand throughout your whole journey like I did with Andrade. That's what I'm trying to express. It's like, I don't want her to be the babysitter. I want her to be like, all right, we have vaccine stuff, reporting, answer reports, this and that. Oh, you have a match. I bet. I got this. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I want her to do well in that sense. I just don't want her to be like the babysitter.
But I like that the Legado's there. I wish like you called it was them against Basic Hero. But it was a good promo.
How can you miss that?
But like, it's just it didn't make a splash. It was a good like debut, but I was expecting something better.
You're not. You're gonna get that, and they have to make that work. They have to figure out how can we can rekindle this fire and make it more believable for people to invest in us if we get like the pre-shows on the pay-per-view, or if we get one of those weird slot during the pay-per-view match. You know, that's what they have to figure out, is how can I sell this to the people.
He needs to eventually absorb Garza and Roberto, and you could basically what the Bloodline's doing, sort of how Jey Uso, in theory,
Angel Garza and Humberto like that.
And you could have one group as Garza and Humberto, let's say, I don't know, SmackDown, and you could have the other two guys in Raw, so they could compete for the titles. So you basically have one title each, and he could focus on main eventing or whatever, and still be La Familia or Legado or whatever, but it's like the old descendants, or like there's a lineage to it, so it's kind of like a Spanish bloodline, sort of. So like copy and paste what Bloodline's doing, it's not going to be as good as a Bloodline.
No.
But have something that it's like
RIP.
something cultural, and it's like it gives you a different perspective or a different culture, and it's just aesthetically would be different wrestling styles too. So
you said Bloodline, not the Bludge Brothers. I was to say, I'm like, wait, Bloodline. It's not going to be as good as the Bloodline, but it's close enough. Maybe it's a good direction for them to go.
We have another return was the Luke Gallows and Anderson, which
the OC, seeing them on Monday night during the D-Generation X 25th anniversary.
I feel that's something that
it was needed.
Something that
it was needed.
The Judgment they needed. They needed somebody like that to compete, to be at that level. Because everybody who they wrestled or competed, whatever, they either a single person or somebody that didn't like.
They were like forced to join, like so Mysterio and
in this history.
Edge. Yep.
So now you could have basically like Bullet Club against each other, sort of.
OC.
Yeah, then you basically Finn against AJ, which is great. We've seen that in everywhere. It was great.
It's a great story.
So Dominic just needs to get better in the mic. He's not cutting off like he's trying. But people are eating him up. Like it's tough.
I mean, that's on him. He has to take those classes, learn exactly what he needs to do in order to become a better, speaker in front of everyone. But out of that, I mean, let Rhea do all the work. You know what I'm saying? Just be on the side, background, and just wait until your moment come. I don't see I don't see his sister getting involved now.
No, she shouldn't get involved in the beginning before he joined up. But now it's a little too late.
It's a little too late.
I wouldn't mind seeing a match between them two, the dad and son. You need to. That's your payout.
What, Ray and Dominic? 100% that's the payout. When are we going to get it? We don't know.
Survivor wouldn't be too bad. That'd be a decent day one match.
Which one? Day one?
Dominic against
I could see
Ray.
that. I could see that like a match between Royal Rumble.
Hell in a Cell wouldn't be too bad. So them 2 days, you have to you're forced to be against each other.
I don't think it's gonna be a Hell in a Cell. Yeah. You're not gonna spend all that money for a father and son rivalry match.
There's been building up for 20, not rivalry, but you can still build up because
I don't think they're gonna spend the money on them like that. It's not you see how I'm not too convinced of that idea. I don't think they're that convinced with that idea. I love your I love your vision. I see where you're coming from.
Not right off Ray, but he did his thing. He was your the cover, and he brought his son. Now it's there's nothing else for him to do. So that's a good way to kind of push Dominic and basically have Rey Mysterio step back and step away.
Step away, sure. But I don't think we might see it in maybe a WrestleMania. Maybe that's the final push. WrestleMania.
When you saw the ending of Raw, did it hit the same not having Billy Gunn there, or was it you were fine how they were?
I was fine.
Yeah. The Corey Graves comment was kind of funny.
Of course,
it was a good comment.
Corey is the bully. Yeah. His job is to try to make a hit with his comment, and I think it hit well.
Yeah. He was too busy working with office supplies. I'm
but I believe Billy Gunn also had the option of being there too, for a day contract, and I'm not sure why that didn't fully fly, knowing that it's 25 years, something that you're not going to see again in your lifetime.
They're gonna be 50 years. I hope, and there was I hope
30 years.
No, I think there was I hope we don't do this in the 50. I'm I don't.
I'm hoping they could reach them in their 30s because if they don't do this in their 30s, then this is it. Billy Gunn missed a great opportunity to do the Forbidden Door, but in a way of him representing a group that actually elevate him.
Yeah.
It really helped him, be in that pedestal of one of the best group ever. He's in the Hall of Fame because of D-Generation X. It's not because he's Billy Gunn. Yeah. It's because of the group itself, the Outlaws. So the D-Generation X, bro, how you chose that over Scissor? God bless.
So I know the premiere it's next week for Black Adam, and they've been a lot of people's trying to get The Rock to break.
All right, so in the Chris Vaughn interview, The Rock said he acknowledged Roman Reigns, that's family. Yep. He respect that.
The bloodline, yes.
Yeah.
And he got another interview, a different one.
And then he said, you're looking at him in his bro.
He know how to play the game too, because it's just he's giving you enough, but then it was but we'll see you at WrestleMania. I'm I don't know how my schedule is. And I'm
bro, you was in SoFi twice this year, Super Bowl and the premiere of the football season. You're gonna be there. He's gonna be there. Get the F out of here. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'm gonna be in Hawaii in Amana. Nah, bro, you're gonna be in SoFi representing Black Adams, which the movie is already gonna be out.
Yeah, I think next week.
It's coming out next week. So then, I
hope it's good.
He has to have another big movie project in order for him to be in WrestleMania. Yeah. I don't think he does it just for I'm in the alumni. No. It's they got to be a good promotion or marketing. Football season, his XFL.
Could be, yeah.
Forgot about XFL. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like that he's teasing, giving you enough, but he's giving you something and nothing at the same time.
I see more nothing. Yeah. I just see him just having a good time. Be I'm going to tell Chris, one of the top wrestling interviewers alongside Renee, that you could not tell him. I'm going to be. I'm the head of the team. Instead of telling it to him, you tell it to a person from Vogue or something, and be you're looking at him in the eyes. What?
Yeah.
The Rock he got the reaction from people. You called it last year that it's going to be in Hollywood. I'm hoping they really pull the trigger. I'm really hoping they pull the trigger by January during Royal Rumble. I'm expecting him to show up after Roman's Reigns match. Him to show up and work works the next 3 months till WrestleMania to build this story. I need him to do that. It's the least he could do for everyone who had this big dream of seeing this match a long time ago.
Do they need? I know it's forecasting like 6 months from now, but do you think
is it 6 months from now?
Sort of.
Okay.
Do you think Roman needs a title to defend against? Or they can use
to be the head of the table?
No. Like him. Do you think he's gonna go into, let's say, Mania with the title, or can they have a match just for the basic fight for the title? Who's the head of the table and
just the titlement of head of the table, the chief of all.
Does Roman need a title for that, like at that day, or can they just fight it off and
either Roman or would be fine?
Okay,
because like I don't see anyone beating Roman yet, unless if Roman, God forbid, there's like an injury.
He goes to a triple threat situation.
Yeah,
and have him not pin or submit or whatever.
Exactly, but do you really want to see that happening to him?
Somebody has to take it off, or something has to happen.
Either he's going to get injured prone, or he's going to lose it in a triple threat, or a fatal 4-way, one of those extreme matches, or lose it clean to someone.
Yeah.
But
there's nobody in the current roster until maybe Cody. But,
Cody, Cody could be the backup plan for WrestleMania if things fall out.
Because right now you have Cody, which is the super baby face. You have Bray Wyatt in the mix too. So
super heel. Yep.
You have Brock Lesnar coming back. You have Bobby, basically Brock Lesnar and Bobby maybe for the next.
Well, that's a distraction.
That's working, but you have them too.
Yeah.
Gunther eventually could lose the title and
Braun Breaker too. How? Oh wow. So this man prefer to see Braun Breaker have a champion versus champions match against Roman Reigns, but does not see Braun being over by Roman
because he's gonna lose.
Damn. Yeah. Wow. What about your Dragunov? What if Dragunov is the
NXT? He could be the.
What if he beat Roman Reigns for the belt?
He's not gonna beat. Ilya Dragunov is not beating Roman Reigns.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the bypass because honestly, like, I don't see who else. Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre.
You have Gunther.
Gunther's OP
because he got the Imperium, so at least they could handle the Usos. So that at least that makes them 1-on-1, sort of like an evenly match. You have Randy Orton in the mix, maybe somewhere.
He's still injured,
but you know what I'm saying. Like he could, from 6 months, like he's still in the mix. Seth Rollins, it could be in the mix. Kevin Owens, even I know this sounds crazy, but it could be from within. You could maybe have Honor Uso pull something and take a title.
The only way he could take the title if he gets the Money in the Bank contract. That's the only way. And so far, we've only seen that one time happen when the Miz won it from Otis. That was like the one time I ever seen that shit.
Because Austin Theory is not doing nothing with the title, with the briefcase.
Because, like, what's the angle?
It's not his opportunity yet.
Where's the angle for him? There's no angle. I mean, like, he probably would have gotten pushed if Vince was still in charge of creative. But it's Triple H now, so I don't see Triple H seeing that type of
if I were him,
moment for him.
Roman being the title holder and he has his whole family with him, I wouldn't even bother with that. Go to NXT and cash it in and go to NXT and be the champion. Because you could cash it into any title. So you could be the guy in NXT.
I mean, he still has a few more months anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Like, worst comes to worst, he could cash it in on whomever.
Yeah, because it's before, it's after WrestleMania is where the thing expires. So we could see it during the Royal Rumble, and he failed. or like you said, it could be one of the NXT takeover show, and he could win.
Because he's basically he took Gargano. Everything you wanted to accomplish already done. So the only thing he doesn't have on his resume is the NXT Championship. But also the IC but Gargano won the US. He got the US. He was the youngest one to get it. He got Money in the Bank. He got WrestleMania moment. So go get the NXT, add it to your resume, and elevate that brand. As well.
I don't see much going on with Austin Theory. Personally, I just don't. I really don't see a lot of angles for you to work with him and trying to make him over than most stars. I'd rather see Gable. Like I said, Gable. I would like to see Hit Row. I would like to see how Bray is going to work out. Does he face Edge? Does he face Cross? Does he face Drew? Those are like question I ask myself about, like, now that you place these pieces in the table, like, what is the direction for them to go with?
Well, at least they got a new start. Not a new start, but when basically Sister Premiere basically is like day one of SmackDown and day one of Raw. So now we kind of are seeing the pieces, like the people debuting and
There's
everything.
There's potentials, yeah.
So now let's see what WWE. I feel for me, I've been transitioning back to WWE more than AEW, just watching and like just who they debuts and basically they make it more fun to watch than AEW now. AEW, it's like, okay, it is what it is, but it's just like either I want to see something different. I like what they're doing with the Acclaim, great. But every other title, it's just like it's stalling. So I'm just waiting for programs.
We already know what happened with Tony with the AEW heavyweight. Yeah. That's already built in the shore. It's most likely going to be Moxley versus MJF for the the push. With the TNT Warlow, I don't. He has to fight again. Fatal 4-way, 4 big meaty men in the ring. Him, Miro, who was it?
You could throw Keith Lee.
Keith Lee and the other homeboy.
Oh, Lance Archer.
Heavens to Betsy, no.
It's not.
The one that break backs. Tony Stark.
Hobbs.
Hobbs. Those 4. Put them in a freaking match, or Jagger for him to be the jobber, but Jaeger. But put them in the match, them 4, and just have him lose the belt that way. Yeah. But Warlow is definitely pushing well. FTR, I don't see them.
Nothing. Same thing with Samoa Joe, haven't done nothing.
That's on them. Yeah. That's on them. So women's the FTR, Samoa Joe, they already got something going with the Acclaimed. Orange Cassidy. They have the good trio. Yeah. The trios are doing their thing. So there's just 3 divisions so far the
important ones, sort of like your main event things.
Samoa Joe is a TV champion for Ring of Honor.
No, but but that's your main, like, tag team. I'm not saying they're not main event as tag team, but it's just like
FTR. That's on whoever wants to challenge. Yeah. There's no other tag team to beat them, except for New Japan if they decide to
take it back or whatever.
Exactly, and then with the women division, it's just knowing where Thunder Rosa lies, if she's cleared or is she, and then you could convert the interim to the actual women's belt, and then Toni Storm could do what she can. She's doing decent, in my personal opinion.
She's doing good.
It's not my favorite reign, but not my favorite champion, but it's something. Yeah. Britt Baker seems to be like top all-time AEW champion. Nyla Rose, Kushida. Rio is all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, she had
she's at the bottom, but those are really my top 3.
I just, like we mentioned last week, AEW just has to step it up. Like, it's just we're not losing interest, but it's just like the other show, it's better.
I'm surprised that we focus more on AEW at the start of our conversation, because one, it was finally for Orange Cassidy, but you know it seems that they are sparking our interest, but it's not as
they giving us what we want. Like they just listen to the crowd. People wanted the Acclaim. They're hot, and All Out. They didn't get the title, okay, but they're able to show us. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a payout. Okay, cool. So now we get the Acclaim. Orange Cassidy, he's the guy. Like he's annoying, but he's just the guy.
Wow, and that's unnecessary, but okay.
Somebody had to defeat Pac. So I'm glad it's Orange Cassidy and he's able to basically be that champion now. So it's just give us what we want. It's not that hard. Like it's Jericho like the Daniel Bryan one, great. Now you have to find somebody to give Jericho like that title to.
Maybe just give Grisham a good contract and let him beat Jericho, or Bryan Danielson, one of those two. But
even that's the thing. Like Jungle will be good. Him against to kind of elevate him. You know what? The guy we haven't seen in a while, Kingston, wouldn't be too bad against
Eddie Kingston for what?
For the Ring of Honor one.
Get the fuck out. What? Why?
He was in Ring of Honor. He was like...
I'd rather have him be the TV champion. I'd rather him be the TNT champion. I'd rather him be the Atlantic champion. But for him to have a heavyweight belt...
Why not? Didn't you like him back in the day? You know, he got up to main event level. So now's his opportunity to, you know, cash in on his main event status.
Look, I don't know what happened to Lax, whatever the crew was named. But it's just like... Since they have not been on TV, it's like it's hard for me to like, oh yeah, they're gonna make a. It's like, bro, like Santana was a great contender for a single run championship. That fell off. Now he's back in the Indies. Ortiz, you know, he did what he did with Soho, but because she's injured, now he's like back in the pages. And then Kingston is like. You only bring him when he has like a vengeance match with someone from New Japan or from Impact or something. It's like if I'm not seeing them often, like MJF is doing a hell of a job with 4 weeks. Now it's been about a month since he returned. And so far he's been great attendance, great effort, good his wrestling has
even got in shape too. More in shape.
You know what I'm saying? So there's improvement on his side. Yeah. But that's why I need Yuta. I don't mind Yuta. I wouldn't mind Daniel Garcia. Anybody who's been on TV working, I wouldn't mind. Even if it's on Elevation or Dark. As long as you're working, I'm cool. But if you've been gone, you know what I'm saying? Like Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar would have won the U.S. title, I would have flipped a table because I would have been like, "Bro, how you show up out of nowhere and you take the reign from this beautiful black man just because of what?"
And he also would be like, now I'm saying he'd be the most difficult U.S. champion to defeat, but like nobody will have a chance at the U.S. title. Nobody.
It would have been on the sideline. So you get my point. It's like Kingston, I love him, but it's like, nah, bro. It's not your time. Well, I think we cover everything and anything about AEW.
Next week we'll talk about Survivor Series. I think it's next month. It's next. So we got a couple weeks to.
We'll see if our prediction on the matches is true. Yeah. Because we did make some prediction of who we want to see in the War Games and in certain matches that should be happen.
I think Hollywood Havoc is coming up soon, and the Saudi Arabia one.
Oh, Crown Jewels.
Crown Jewels. So those two are like the ones that are upcoming. So
all right. So there you guys have it. Please be sure to follow us on our social media, the Facebook, the Insta, the Twitter, and the YouTube, as well as any app that you listen to your podcast. Just type in on your search bar the Providence Lucha Talk, and you can find us. My name is Jay Aguila.
And this is Lucito.
And I say buenas noches and good night.
Good night.
Peace.